I am live. Am I live? Let's have a look. Sure doesn't look like I'm live. Don't see myself. Don't hear myself. Oh, gosh, dumb motherfucker. Oh, wouldn't it have been smart? Actually, do this correctly. Let's try that again. There we go. Right? Haha. There we go. Okay, so this is fantastic. You guys have been watching me fiddle around and absolutely have no idea what I'm doing. Can you hear me? I mean, it doesn't matter because you can see me. You're taking all this in. But, gosh, this would really be a thing if I had any fucking idea if this is working or not. Huh. There we go, James. Okay, James Clarkson, you know you're live, right? Yeah. You know, that's really a great setup for a show. Like, that's really when you know you're hitting your mark, is when your audience doesn't even know if you're aware that you're live. That's good. Yeah, that really, that's the sweet spot of broadcasting when you've totally lost the audience. Awesome. Okay, so I got this new sweet-ass program called StreamYard, which Anthony and I have been fiddling around with. And it lets me actually broadcast live. So anyway, I'm going to ramble for a minute. I'm going to tell you what the fuck is up. All right. So you guys are getting mad that I'm shitting on Biden. And you guys are right. In that Biden's one guy. And you've got the Democrats who are mostly united. But then you got Manchin doing his thing out in West Virginia. So you don't quite have 50. And then you have all the Republicans on the other end. So it's not even 50-50. It's like it's a weak, it's like a 49.5 against the world. Okay, I get the criticism. But here is why that is fucking bullshit. Biden ran to be the guy that could make these deals. Trump did the same thing. He said he was the guy who could make these deals, and then he fucking couldn't. Now Biden is saying, well, I've been in the Senate for 450 years, and I know all these guys, and I can work with the Republicans, and we'll get something done. He can't even keep all the Democrats on board for stuff that's incredibly vital in the middle of a pandemic, getting money out. The idea that he can't buy off a single Republican, like, what's the point of having a centrist establishment guy in here if he can't even use that angle? Like, what are we even paying for at that point? Like, and I get it. Yeah, he's not Trump. Okay, so just put the he's not Trump shit aside. What are we getting out of an extreme moderate who can't pull over the extreme moderates from the Republican side? And a couple exist, not many, but let's say 5. There's a handful of squishy Reno types who aren't hardcore Trumpers who theoretically could get bought off. These guys, at the end of the day, they're politicians. They're for sale. Like, I just don't understand how somebody who's been in politics his entire adult life doesn't know any of these guys well enough to be able to pry a single one of them. Pry, threaten, bribe, blackmail, anything. Anything. You just need 1 or 2. How is it that this guy can't do it behind the scenes? And that's behind the scenes. What about ahead of the scenes? Like, what about actual people who go in front of a mic and say things? Like, this used to be a thing in politics where if you wanted something to happen, you would go the fuck out and give a speech. And you would make it very public what your position is. When's the last time we've heard Biden go out there and say, hey, call your congressmen, call your senators. We need to get this $15 an hour minimum wage passed. We need to get this COVID relief passed. Like, Does anybody feeling any kind of pressure? And I don't mean tweeting. I just mean the old school pressure that politicians used to drop on people to go out and make it clear that they wanted something to happen. Like, I get that Biden's not exactly Mr. Social Media, but I'm not asking him to be, shit posting and tearing it up. I'm just asking for like your classic political pressure. Like, where the fuck is that? Like, and why is it weird to have to even ask for that? And this is even getting into like the esoterics of like, why don't we have like Kamala Harris overriding the parliamentarian in the Senate and try to get the vote to do this and that, and maybe use reconciliation, get the $15 minimum wage passed. Okay, I get it. You guys want to play the traditionalist thing? Play the traditionalist thing. But traditionally, politicians are whores. You can buy them. Buy them. Why can't Biden buy them? Why is there not a single Republican out there that he can't dangle something in front of or threaten or blackmail? Does he not know any of these guys' secrets? Like, I just don't understand what the point is of having, a bipartisan, good old backslapping, handshaking guy, in office, if right out the gate, at the height of his power, we're just deadlocked. Like, everything is just stopped. Like, it's just fucking stopped. So, yeah, okay, Anthony, there's no such thing as a bully pulpit with Biden. It's not his style. It's not his style now. Like, Biden didn't used to be shy about going in front of the camera. Like, he didn't used to. He used to be on all the Sunday shows. Like, there was a time in his life where this wouldn't have been a foreign thing to him. And this is kind of the other problem, is that he is just kind of old. Like, he's probably past the point where we can get anything valuable out of him as far as like leadership. Now, in the past, a lot of his leadership wasn't necessarily great. He didn't really have the best, as far as like from a left perspective, instincts. And he was kind of an asshole. And time has moderated him and made him into like a nice, gentle old man. And that's great that you've got that shtick. But okay, so now we're basically kind of locked in where you had this sort of majority that the Democrats can get blamed for if they don't get anything done. So it's not like we can just like ride this one out and coast. If you're not going to talk like Yoda, I can't take your Yoda wisdom seriously. Okay, so speaking of which, Yoda got his ass beat by a very old man. I don't know that we should be taking any advice from Yoda. I'm just saying. How is it that they didn't see the dark side coming? Like, they're just sitting around. You got like 50 Jedi doing nothing but like kicking back and just what? Like, oh, you know what? Difficult to see the dark side is. Okay. Shouldn't that make you concerned that suddenly there's this dark cloud hovering all over you guys? Anyway, fuck Yoda. That's where I was going with that. No, I don't recall any point in history where he actually did arm twisting like that. Maybe. I mean, but that's not really the Joe Biden of yore. The guy who was friends with the John McCains and the kind of the squishy moderate types. I mean, Joe Biden was not Bernie Sanders. I mean, he wasn't an extremist. He was just a kind of a run-of-the-mill centrist Democrat of the kind that used to make deals with centrist Republicans and get shit done. So I don't know that Democrats have been historically the type of politician to just... Maybe. I mean, Bill Clinton, if you think back on that, dude, Bill Clinton talked to everybody. Clinton was constantly on the phone or inviting people over to the White House or making friends, slapping people in the back, getting shit done. And, again, a lot of the stuff that Clinton got done isn't stuff that, maybe these days we're totally in love with. But that model used to work. And it's almost to the point where like people just stopped trying. Even George W. Bush. I mean, say what you want about the guy, but he reached out and at least pretended to try and do things in a bipartisan way. Even if it was often a fake, he would at least go through the effort, go through the motion. And I don't know. I just feel like once you got into the Trump era, and once we got into the Obama era, even though Obama wanted to, nobody wanted to work with him. But Trump was basically like two fingers in the air and like F all of you guys. But Biden was supposed to be like a return to the old days where you could talk to the guys on the other side. And even if he's doing it behind the scenes, he needs to make it seem more public. Like, I'm just not getting that feel. True, he let his son smoke crack while he was VP. I would at least wrestle the pipe out of his hand and take a hit. Yes, you would have. Yeah. How do you feel about the new relief package? I haven't seen the details on the new relief package. Is there anything exciting you can link for me? Other than the fact that they dropped the $15 an hour minimum wage, which is, ugh. Yoda, 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 Yoda voice. Oh, guess what I'm not going to do? The Yoda voice. So, but thank you for asking. It's not a thing. So this is an interesting thing. It's scrolling by. So once you guys go by, or your comments go by, I can't seem to scroll back, which is not awesome. Okay, well, something to look into for later. So, and now Yoda is all that I'm seeing here. 2 fingers. I should make this pay-per-view. Oh, shit. That's giving me some ideas. See, it also lets me link to my OnlyFans from here. So right now I'm streaming to YouTube and Facebook. I didn't do the Twitch yet, but gosh, getting that OnlyFans, getting that revenue stream going. I mean, what's up? Sucks. Yes, clocks. That's the word that we were trying to say is grabbing your clocks. Oh, Anthony, looking at StreamYard all day. So I decided to give it a spin, and it seems to work great. Other than, I mean, you know, the content is not great, but I mean, you get what you pay for with that. But oh, fuck you, you guys love me. Get what you can. Oh, you're waiting for me to drop my sex. Yeah. But no, Anthony, it's actually not letting me scroll back up, which is kind of obnoxious because I can tell you guys are commenting. You are, oh, okay, 720p right now. Oh, Anthony, so I'm over on my Mac, over on my desktop, which is where I'm back in my boring kitchen. I would pay for premium Arthur content with Arthur's credit card. Yeah, that's I do that already. Mark, what's up? What's up? What's going on? See, I got to step my game up. Like Mark is already producing like premium content now, and I don't even have like a streaming platform. Like I was just kicking around like how I'd even stream to Facebook, or like I don't know all this technical stuff. Macs are for commies. Yes, Macs are for commies. So we were talking about that earlier, as far as like you've heard of the term champagne socialist, kind of like a upscale, you know. Well, you get the idea behind champagne socialism. But I'm thinking of going more of like the cocaine communism route. So kind of going harder on both ends. I don't think, I mean, paid feature for scrolling through comments. No, I must just be doing something wrong. I know you guys think that I'm blessed with not only good looks and charm, but technical talent. But unfortunately, you only get 2 out of 3 in this life. Awesome. Limousine liberal. That's another good one. Okay, so here we go. Stimulus details. Okay, so I mean that part of the stimulus, just reading what Joe just put up here. I mean, I don't hate it. It's a start. $1,400 checks, UI benefits till August 29th. It's a start, but you think about the kind of politics that we're into these days. You know, the scorched earth type of just relentless, limitless politics that the Republicans are engaging in. On one hand, you think like, hey, like maybe we should get away from that. Maybe we should kind of go back to the old ways where, you know, things were a little bit more respective of tradition and boundaries and all that. And on one hand, I kind of like that idea, but on the other, it's it just doesn't work if the other side's not going to do it. Like, if you have the Republicans that are going to govern like they did for the last 4 years and just jam anything through using any possible method, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I would overrule the parliamentarian, just jam through a $15 an hour minimum wage and make them take you to court over it. Like, if they got to take it to the Supreme Court, fine, do it. Like, but make that effort, show that you're willing to go to those lengths to pass legislation and get shit done, and make them be the ones to take away $15 minimum wage for people. Did I watch any of CPAC? I only saw the part where we had the that, what do you call it, the golden calf rolled out of Trump, which is it's remarkable how like non-self-aware these guys are. Like, it's the kind of stuff where you really can't even satirize it anymore. Like, you couldn't even write that shit into a script. Like, no one would believe that they would actually make a golden calf of a Trump and like wheel it in to a Christian conservative meeting like that. Like, it's just they're just past the point of no return. There's nothing to be done with that other than to set it on fire and burn it to the ground and start over. Never expecting anything but a somewhat compromised stimulus bill. Yeah, I mean, at this point, unfortunately, everyone's expectations are just so lowered that, yeah. Our expectations are so lowered, it's like dating in your 40s. Let's see. Ted Cruz screamed freedom. Oh my God, did you guys see that? You should Google if you haven't. Ted Cruz screaming freedom. That should be my new ringtone. That thing's amazing. Eight of us is watching you for your random live stream, so that's a good start. You guys aren't losers. You guys are champions. Fuck that. Yeah. No, you guys are the vanguard of the revolutionary elite, and I won't hear talk of otherwise. It made me want to attend CPAC. Can you imagine, like, if we went to CPAC, but like we showed up just completely twisted, just blasted out of our mind on drugs and alcohol, and then went in with like maybe some press passes. And I'm talking some really like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas style like journalism. Oh shit, he actually had a great book. It was Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 72. Hunter S. Thompson. If you guys are ever just need to kind of reset your brain some weekend, absolutely get that book and just blast through it. It's like it's literally a mixture of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and like just some deranged like political like a literal journalistic like journey to try and understand something. It's like a documentary plus like a drug fueled nightmare. It's fantastic. Chapo did it on acid. Well, good for Chapo. Art as El Chapo. I heard they rolled up Chapo's wife for some nonsense, some kind of like, hey, we just figured out that maybe she was in on this whole drug trafficking thing too. Like, really? You guys think so? We did our news roundup last night, and I had the jokes. Yes, Anthony actually stole all the wit and charm last night, and I was just there for eye candy. Sure, I'm really liking this. Oh, James, I'm glad you like it. Thank you, brother. Oh, Treywick, you read it last year? I'm telling you, like, I should put up a link to that. Gosh, we should do a book club. If only any of us had the attention span longer than hummingbirds, then we should totally do a book club, because that would be something else. Hanging out with McCain and smoking doobies in the back of the bus. Fuck yes. I'm gonna like that too. The poor deer. Wait, which poor? Oh yeah, Chapo. Maybe if you wouldn't get yourself all worked up with these comedy pipe dreams, wouldn't be such a come down. Yeah, I know, but I think it's more to the point that like you need to. You kind of hold yourself to higher standards, or you hold your politicians to higher standards, and it frames what you consider success. Because there's so much failure. I mean, failure, God, it just runs the whole spectrum of everywhere. So as long as you can kind of say, but success would be over here somewhere, it lets you orient and direct them towards a better path. Whereas if you just kind of put up with anything, you kind of get anything. So it's good to have high standards and not meet them, but at least be aiming that direction. The 48 Laws of Arthur. Gosh, they're not laws really. They're more guidelines or suggestions. The Joy Luck Club. This is the funniest thing. One time back in the day, I had a roommate. There's a Vietnamese chick who's a waitress, and I was dating a gal, and she had come over. I was still at work, so they were both just hanging out before I got home. And my girlfriend and my roommate are on the couch watching the Joy Luck Club, crying their eyes out. I walk in, and I'm just like, "What is going on in here?" And they're like, "No, it's okay, it's okay." And I'm like, "You should turn this shit off. You guys are miserable." And they're like, "No, it's so good. It's so good." I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave now, and whenever you guys are done, I'll having fun. I'll be back. But oh my god, I, I was gonna say women, and then I was gonna correct myself and say people, but I'm gonna go back and say women. Women watching movies to feel sad and cry about. I will never, ever, ever understand. And it could just be because I'm emotionally detached and shallow and broken, but I just never really got it. Let's see here we got. I was kind of hoping they would pass Jetson space communism through reconciliation. Yeah, well, okay. I don't think that having a $15 an hour minimum wage is some kind of like, Star Trek future that is unattainable. And oh shit, the kimono bill. Next time I'll dress up for you guys. Yeah, I'll get you something a little spicy. Oh, true, sociopath. Well, not technically a sociopath, but you're on the right track. Oh, and I missed something up ahead, but yes, we need to make Team Kimono happen. I'm all for that. We'll absolutely get canceled for it, but then again, they're not technically kimonos, so. Uh, Honestly, Shelton, I should pay you guys to watch this. I couldn't, in good faith, charge anyone for this kind of content. Nope, and you guys have. Oh, where'd we go? You haven't arrived till you're canceled. Gosh, that's like the old, no publicity is bad publicity thing. Kind of the early, like the Kardashian sex tape theory, where you can say that, hey, you do this shit, and people are gonna just shake their heads and be like, "What a train wreck! What a fucking disaster!" Like, you just booted out of, polite society, or you turn into a 1%er of the 1% of the 1%. I mean, gosh, and what a low energy, low effort sex tape too. I mean, but whatever, it worked. Oh wait, this is good feedback. You guys got notification and you clicked it. So when I went live, you probably got like the little okay. All right, good to know. Oh, posting it in Yap. This is the other thing. So this program is called StreamYard, and in theory, it'll let you post not just to your page or to your profile, but to individual groups. So like I could have put it like the various different the multiverse of crowdsources that are out there, and all of the yaps. 1,000 yaps have bloomed. That sex tape was a disaster in terms of sex tapes. I mean, as far as gosh, production value, acting, directing, uh, it left a lot to be desired. Okay, so I have 2 minutes before dinner. So anything else? Hit me with anything else. Ask me anything. See, Jim's a true fan. He just stays with my profile and hits refresh and just waits for new content. That's the standard. What did happen to Tommy Lee, right? You guys would laugh. Uh, no, actually, I literally. How do I turn off the closed caption? I don't even know what's on closed captioning. So I'm getting a taco, and I know that sounds ridiculous because, like, a taco, like a singular taco, who gets that? But we've got this local place here where the taco is like it's like a burrito-sized taco. It feels ridiculous to even call it a taco. And no, I'm no date night tonight. I'm sick of humanity. I hit a point in the office where I'm just like the walls are closing in. I'm just like, I hate everyone. I'm leaving. So I did, even though I love them all to death. But sometimes even it's like when you're surrounded by friends and family and kids and loved ones and all that, but you just want to still pour gasoline on yourself and set yourself on fire. It's nothing against them personally. It's just the pressure builds, the stress gets a little high, and then you're just ready to bounce. So, but yes, it's a giant taco. That's exactly the story. Do they ship tacos to Idaho? Leslie, I will ship you a taco to Idaho. Let me know when you guys are ready. I will bring you guys tacos. Right? Eat, stream, and do show. Oh, is Tom Foolery rolling tonight? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling antisocial tonight. I mean, not enough that I would not check in with you guys, who of course I love and adore, but I don't know about like other humans, like the rest of them. Like I'm kind of tired of them. What does setting myself on fire do? Normally, I just want to set other people on fire. So I think long distance tacos don't work. Uh, Treywick, to answer your question, you can set other people on fire, and then they're on fire, and then they're unhappy. But there's a certain kind of a passive aggressive level of setting yourself on fire. So they look at you and like, oh gosh, that art guy, he set himself on fire. Like he's literally screaming and just melting there. What did we do? Like, was this on us? Did we cause him to feel this way? And I'd just be there melting, and but just hoping that they felt that little twinge of guilt. So I guess now that I say it out loud, that's not nearly as satisfying as setting them on fire. So point Treywick. All right, Leslie. Now you're making me feel like the taco situation out there isn't up to standard. So which hurts. But once it gets a little bit warmer, just a hair warmer, and I'm not complaining, and certainly I've been colder, but Princess is I used to be hard like woodpecker lips, but now I'm soft. I'm soft like baby lotion. So I don't leave Newport unless it's to go somewhere else at 70 degrees and partly cloudy. Okay, I need to bounce, everybody, but thank you so much for showing up. And what's really funny is that I don't actually know how to turn this off, so I may just have to leave this on and go get my dinner. So awesome. All right, peace, y'all.